Good morning and thank you for joining me today. In this session we'll be discussing about building strong collaborative partnerships with families and communities, which is a vital foundation for quality early childhood education. But before we begin, I would like to invite you to reflect on this question. What makes a child truly feel like they belong? Not just in the classroom but also in the community around them. We'll get to know this by the end of this session, as we'll have a clear understanding of why the strong partnerships matter, how they shape children's belonging, being, and becoming, and how we as educators can strengthen these relationships through reflection and shared practices. Today's discussion will explore how collaborative partnerships foster children's learning, inclusion, and holistic development guided by key frameworks, the EYLF, NQS, and informed by the ECA Code of Ethics, the National Principles for Child Safe Organizations, and the United Nations Conventions on the Rights of the Child. So each section highlights key frameworks, research insights, and practical examples that demonstrate how strong partnerships promote quality outcomes in early childhood education and care. So let's understand why the partnerships matter. Partnerships are not just communication tools, they are the foundation of quality education and a key part of both national quality standard and the earliest learning framework. When we work with families, not just for them, but we honor their role as children's first and most influential teachers. This shared relationship ensures learning, culture, and well being, remaining connected between home and services. So let's understand what's the purpose behind the collaboration. A strong partnership builds trust and continuity between home and service. They help educators understand each child's background, culture, and promoting equity and inclusion. The research shows that collaboration enhances children's social and emotional well-being, communication, and confidence. When families and educators work together, children feel safe, secure, and develop a deeper sense of belonging and inclusion. So let's understand the concept of belonging, being, and becoming from earliest learning framework, which captures as the heart of early learning and the shared journey between the children and families and educators. Belonging is about feeling connected to family, culture, community, and the place they live. When children know that who they are and where they come from is valued, they feel secure and confident to explore their world. As an educator who has grown up with my own cultural traditions and family values, I deeply understand the importance of belonging. My sense of identity, shaped by these experiences, guides my teaching experience. I bring my awareness into work by honoring every child's unique background and encouraging families to share their stories, languages, and customs, helping to build a truly inclusive learning environment. Being honors the importance of the childhood in the present moment. It's about giving children time to play, explore, and express themselves freely. As both an educator and a parent, I recognize the beauty in slowing down to truly see the world through children's eyes. Their curiosity, their wonder, and their natural drive to learn. Becoming represents the unfolding potential of every child, the growth of knowledge, confidence, and identity across all the developmental areas. When families and educators work together, children thrive as capable and confident learners who sees themselves as valued members of the world. Let's understand how the linking between EYLF and NQS is, as it is the backbone of high-quality education and care. EYLF promotes the principles of partnership, stating that learning is most effective when educators build genuine trusting relationships with families. NQS Quality Area 6 emphasizes that collaborative partnerships enhance children's learning, inclusion, and well-being, whereas partnership also links to Quality Area 1 educational program and practice because family input ensures programs reflect children's background, interests, and their cultural identities. Let's understand the ECA Code of Ethics as it reminds educators to recognize the diversity of families and respect their beliefs, traditions, and parenting practices, which lies at the heart of authentic partnerships. Respect for diversity means listening without judgment, involving families in decision making, sharing information openly, and valuing parents as partners and experts. When we honor diverse family structures, languages, and cultures, we send a clear message of belonging, recognizing cultural holidays, homes, and languages, and parenting practices, which fosters empathy and inclusion within our community. This aligns with United Nations Convention on the Rights of Children, which upholds every child's right to education free from discrimination and emphasizes the importance of their voices. By embracing diversity, educators fulfill the earliest learning framework outcome one which supports each child's sense of identity and belonging. For example, we can also display a family tree or a multilingual welcome wall, allowing families to see their cultures reflected, strengthening connections and inclusion for all. Let's see some examples in regards to these. A meaningful example of partnership occurred when two preschool-age children were observed engaging in body exploration, indicating limited understanding of the personal boundaries. And as an educator, we spoke individually with each child to clarify their awareness and then engaged with families through Story Park to co-design a learned experience titled My Body Belongs to Me. With the family consent and input, the program taught children about personal boundaries, correct anatomical names for body parts, and recognizing safe and unsafe touch, and identifying trusted adults as part of their safety team. Families appreciated this open, respectful approach, offering positive feedback and continuing the discussions at home. This experience reflected transparent ethical collaboration, combining trauma-informed, culturally responsive, and developmentally appropriate teaching. Children gain the confidence and language to express discomfort, enhancing their safety and well-being. It is aligned with the EYLF principles of partnerships and respect for diversity. And the ECA Code of Ethics commitment to act in children's best interest, it also supported UNCRC, United Nations Conventions on the Rights of Children Article 19, ensuring children's right to protection and education about their bodies. This case shows that when educators approach sensitive issues with empathy, transparency, and family collaboration, children receive consistent messages across home and service building trust trust, safety, and shared responsibility for well-being. Let's see another example. A parent requested that their child be woken after 30 minutes of rest. As educators, our professional practice must always reflect ethical and legal standards. We must balance family expectations with children's rights to rest and well-being. Following the ECA Code of Ethics, the United National Code for Right of Children, Article 31, we explain respectfully that children are not to be woken unnaturally, as rest supports growth, regulation. Brain development and regulation. A respectful conversation may sound like, we understand your concern, but as part of our duty, we care. A respectful conversation may sound like we can also answer, we understand your concern, but as a part of our duty and children's rights, we allow them to wait naturally for their health and comfort. This maintains professionalism, ethics, and strong family partnerships. Let's say another example where a child with speech delay received weekly visits from a speech pathologist. Through collaboration between the educators, parents, and the specialist, we worked as a team by sharing progress, adapting strategies, and celebrating small milestones. This teamwork reflects Quality Area 6 collaborative partnerships and the EYLF Outcome 5 children as effective communicators. It also shows how inclusion flourishes when families, educators, and community professionals work together. What is the impact of family engagement on children's learning outcomes? The research consistently highlights that family educator partnerships have a direct positive influence on children's developmental outcomes. Engagement with families can raise children's learning outcomes by approximately 30 to 40% and reduce risks of exclusion from early learning opportunities. When families participate in shared reflection and planning, children demonstrate stronger emotional regulation and motivation to learn. The Reggio Emilia philosophy, founded by Loris Malaguzzi, views parents, children, and educators as co-learners who build knowledge together through curiosity and dialogue. Similarly, Bronfenner and Morris explains that a child's development depends on the strength of links between their home and school and community environments. When these relationships are aligned, children's sense of belonging and competence grows rapidly. In essence, partnerships are not an additional task as they are the foundation of quality, equity, and belonging within early childhood education. Let's see the assessment in early childhood education, which extends beyond recording the progress. It is vital communication bridge between educators and families. When families contribute observations, photographs, and reflections, assessments become richer and more contextual. Digital portfolios on platforms like Storypark allow parents to share insights from home, ensuring that learning is continuous and collaborative. This approach aligns with the earliest learning framework practice of assessment and evaluation for learning, development, and well-being. Educators engage in assessment for learning by adapting plans based on shared evidence, assessment as learning through reflection with families and children, and assessment of learning by documenting achievements. Involving families in this cycle nurtures transparency, deepens relationships, and demonstrates that educators value the knowledge families bring about their child's development. Research and evidence. Contemporary research strongly supports the importance of collaboration among families, educators, and communities. Epstein identifies communication, collaboration, and shared decision making as key dimensions of effective family involvement, enhancing children's engagement and academic performance. The Reggio Emilia approach developed by Malaguzzi positions educators and families as partners in co-constructing knowledge, whereas Bronfenner and Morris demonstrate that child's growth is shaped by multiple interconnected systems like home, school, and community, each influencing the other. When these microsystems interact positively, children develop resilience and a strong sense of belonging. Collectively, these theories affirm that partnerships are vital to creating learning environment grounded in respect, equity, and inclusion. So let's conclude this topic and reflect on our actions. As we conclude, let's return to the question: what makes a child truly feel like they belong? The answer lies in partnerships, where educators, families, and communities unite through respect, empathy, and shared commitment. When guided by the EYLF version 2 National Quality Standards, ICA Code of Ethics, and United Nations Code of Right Convention's Right of Children, we move beyond compliance to create environments where children feel safe, valued, and free to reach their fullest potential. Strong partnerships are the heartbeat of early childhood education. They thrive through trust, consistent communication, and shared reflection. When educators engage families through storybook updates, daily conversations, and inclusive community events like Father's Day or Grandparents' Day, children see that their voices and identities matter. Embedding family languages, artifacts, and traditions shows children that their culture is honored. Collaborative goal setting and continuity between home and service deepens children's sense of security and belonging. Through these reflective practices, educators remain responsive, ethical, and inclusive, nurturing relationships built on understanding. In essence, partnership is not a task but a mindset where one grounded in empathy, trust, and shared purpose. Together, educators and families build a community where every child can truly belong, be, and become. Thank you so much for your time.